trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops refuse to fight. Refuse to fight. Matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch than fight.
Then it tastes in the blood nutter. I heard her when she screamed and dropped cause her son caught the slug. Relay this to no choice and listen to the straight up man before they ban the voice. While I ride to the rhythm of a pop. Remember the first nigga to run is the first to get shot. Whoever said that what I say is betraying this negativity, they come kick it in the city with me. And find the black is black is back. They take that shit back cause they don't want to fuck with that. There's too many niggas that try to come. If motherfuckers can get it, nobody would fuck with it. Fuck with it.
Editorial prints above all MCs, commentary with legit to a degree. Executing DJ, Royal Rock with my hand tool, proves that cool. Give thanks to the old school 24 track, lyrical maniac, B-boy team there, the rocks on the back. From that pure to never let score. I'm the grand power adversaries I war.
You know I heard a lot of rhymes and none of them impressed me. If you're trying to diss me, you may as well address me. Calling me out is a suicidal attempt, and on the real live tip, you're just another win. I cause earthquakes when I rock gold breaks. I flip on snakes cause I got what it takes to make a crowd jump like a 12-gauge pump. Turning lots of speed nuts when I thump and jump. Size having nothing to do with this matter. My name is like bullets let off and they all scatter. Breaking north, south, east, west to the gates of their destruction. The God creates a way to wicked.
Watch your back.
Don't look out for the next train.
It's C-Doc again.
Tuesday night, y'all. What's up? M-Rock.
What's up? What's up?
Per usual, I'm having my technical difficulties. That night train came up quicker than I thought, so everybody saw my big mug before the video intro. It's because I'm sitting over here, you know, C-Doc, my boss, is very hardcore, and he makes me nervous. So a lot of times, he's got me nervous, so I always feel like I'm not doing what I need for him. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
Hard guy to keep happy.
It doesn't help that he has a gun on the table all the time, facing us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of like Ice Cube in America's Most Wanted. Exactly. So it is Tuesday night, y'all. It's 8:30 p.m. on the East Side. I am your man, So Chuckified. Shout out to all the usuals, all the regulars. We got Jennifer O'Jenny, Hip Hop Gods, Chris Payne in the house. Chris Payne will be on the show next week.
Oh, yeah. What up, Payne?
With a little bit of with a little bit of what Chris Payne brings, which is, Strong Island in the house. Peace and love, Chris Payne. That's what's up. Latasha Parker, straight out of St. Louis, in the house tonight. What's up, LP? Thanks for joining tonight. I'm working on another little show with Latasha in our day jobs since haven't gotten a raise recently with CDOC. But so M-Rock, tell us a little bit about that mix you made tonight. What inspired those particular choices?
Yeah, man. Well, I know a couple weeks back we were talking about like what are the top PE tracks. For me, my favorite PE track is "Fight the Power," and then "Bring the Noise," which is unpopular with Chuck himself, but the original "Bring the Noise," not the Anthrax version, is my second favorite. But Night Train mixed better with "Fight the Power," so I went with that.
I love Night Train, dude. So good.
Do you drink Night Train or you just listen to it?
I'm on the Night Train. Yeah, bottoms up. I'm on the Night Train. I love that stuff. I'm on the
It's
Night
a mean
Train.
wine.
Yeah. No, I've never drank Night Train, thankfully. I have. Funny story I'll tell before we bring Doc on. So, we bought an RV a couple of years ago, right when the pandemic hit. And so we were on a trip. It was Halloween. And I picked up some Four Loko. Have you heard of that?
I can't say I have.
Well, suffice it to say it's very highly alcohol content malt liquor. And so I drank a can of it. I guess it was like a double deuce. And I was coming out of the RV and my kids are around the fire and I just took a step and fell out of the RV.
Did you fall into the fire?
No, it was just short of the fire, thankfully. But I swear to God, dude, all the time, my daughters are like, "You gonna get some Loco? Daddy, you gonna get some Loco?" Dude, I woke up the next day. I had the fucking weirdest dreams I've ever had in my life. I think there was PCP or something in there. It was crazy. Anywho, I digress. Thanks everybody showed up tonight. Let's go ahead and bring on the main man, the attraction himself. So much so that he has this fantastic jacket on tonight. I'm going to bring him in. Give it up, y'all, for CDOC.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
I'm not hard to work for, am I?
No, dude, I'm fucking with you.
Am I hard to work for?
No, hang on. I'm messing with the slides.
I would say no.
No, you're not hard to work for.
Of course not. Of course not.
It's called repartee. Oh my God, he's got.
I'm not hard
I just
to work
saw
for.
that. Hold up.
Yeah.
Let's. Jesus Christ, dude. Is that real?
Is that an M16 you got there?
Yes. Anyway. No, I'm just
Holy
playing.
shit.
This is actually it's a replica.
Don't.
This is a replica.
Is that an S1W gun?
No, it's a replica M16. And it used to fire blanks. You'd load blanks in it and it would fire them out. So a friend of mine built this when we were teenagers and came in a kit. You obviously can't get these anymore, but since we were doing movies and stuff, eventually he was like, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." So it's ended up in a couple of the movies.
If you roll to Texas and open up a bank account, I think they'll give you one of those.
Yeah, yes, I believe so. A real one, yeah. No, I'm a
With every
pacifist, man. I don't like shit.
Toaster
Yeah.
and an M16.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's up, guys? How's everybody tonight?
What's up?
Good.
everybody?
Now that I realize it's not a real weapon. Jenny was like, "I wonder when you would notice." I'm like, "Dude, I'm old. Shit, I've got to squint and."
Yeah,
I think I need a new prescription for my glasses.
I think I do too. So
Yeah.
probably. But happy
I
to
do
be
as well.
here Tuesday night. What's up to everybody in the house joining us tonight? And yeah, Yes, 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 and yes.
Brought to you by the good folks at Rap Station Radio, rftvApp.com.
Yes. Yep.
If you haven't gotten that app, go do it.
Go do it. Yep. Exactly.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Word up.
So I was listening to Rap Station today, and so who programmed Rappin' Duke in there?
I don't know. That's great.
No, they didn't.
Who did that? Got to have a word with somebody.
Latasha Parker says she loves that jacket. You better
Yes,
watch
thank
her.
you.
She's
Thank
gonna
you.
take it. Flatline said he's the one that put Rappin' Duke in there.
Oh, that yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
A little Easter egg.
Shout out to my cousin John, who got me this. It was a gift. So for the jacket.
It is a dope jacket. It's very shiny. It's like one of those
It is.
like old school. Remember you used to be able to get those for your high school? They were like real shiny.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. What is the? I can't think of what it's called. But it's got all these great album covers.
What is that? A youth medium?
Yeah, it could be. I wish.
You know what I love? M-Rock is now the man that has to futz with all of the music. I don't have to worry about this damn mixer. I spent 2 hours today fucking around with it again, and I was like, oh wait, M-Rock's on.
Yep.
Thank
It's beautiful.
God.
I don't have to mess with mine either. It's great. It's fantastic.
And in a weird way, I enjoy having to do all this, so it works out perfectly.
Yep. Fantastic.
Yep.
No,
Like how you
no,
said, having
That's
no
what's
hype.
up.
No hype. It is not silk. And I don't think it's not custom made. You can get these somewhere. So
I think it's 100% hemp.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Y'all seem low key tonight. I'm like tripping over here on some ADHD shit, and y'all are like laid back.
I'm mellow tonight. We got hit with snow yesterday, and a lot of snow, and so I did a lot of shoveling yesterday. So I'm still recovering, but it's cool. It's all good.
That's a
One of my
good
kids
trade-off,
just
though.
one of my kids just ran by. Okay.
Given the amount of shoveling Mara does on a daily basis, I would say that that's a pretty
Exactly.
decent trade.
Exactly. Yep. I agree.
Jenny says Doc's tired.
Yep. Mike Brass is 100% hemp. Hell yeah.
Mike Brass, that's a new name. It's a
Mike
new
Brass.
person.
Mike Brass from Heat Mob.
from
Mike
Heat
Brass
Mob.
Yeah, Kansas City. Mike Brass is working on a little something. Might be coming to the Spit Slam near you.
Oh, nice. Speaking of which, DJ Two Tough's on Spit Slam now, right?
We're waiting. We're waiting for some goodies. Too tough. So if you're out there,
I mean, I brought it up because I saw it on Instagram, so I figured if it's out in the ether, then I can talk about it.
yes, yep. He's working. He's cooking up the goodness. So we're just waiting. With bated
Now, is
breath.
this the DJ Two Tough that M-Rock stalked?
Yeah. Yes. Well, not him. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't
Uh-oh.
stalk him. It was
Look
Oh,
who's here! Special guest appearance.
Mati G.
oh man,
Special guest appearance.
Rocco.
And I didn't get a kid.
Now you did.
What's up, Rocco?
Hi.
What's up, Rocco?
What?
Peace.
What's up, Rocco?
I'm gone. I'm just like hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
All right. Get your butt moving.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nothing better right there, man.
Nope. He's a
Nothing
beauty.
better.
That's word.
Davey just shut his door. He's like, good night. Shut his door. Okay.
It's like he has no F's to give.
I'm out.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Exactly. Yep. None whatsoever.
5,000 G.
Yeah. Exactly.
Big show tonight. Big show tonight.
Yeah.
We got DJ Hullewud in the house tonight from Break North Radio fame.
Yes.
Also, I've understood that he may be spinning off of some of his Instagram posts to do a whole channel just to his selfies.
Nice.
So those
Looking forward to
holiday
that.
selfies we were getting. So
Yeah.
I see him in the green room. He didn't even think that's funny. Oh wait, there's a delay. That's right. There's a delay.
Yeah.
He's rocking that old school Def Jam shit too. Y'all all have good stuff on tonight, and I'm wearing the same shirt I wear every day.
That's all right. It's the thought that counts. I don't know
like
what that
that.
means. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So are we ready for a little this day in rap and hip hop history?
Yes.
Oh, I think so. I just need to cue it up, my friend.
Who hired this guy?
Some sucker.
You little suckers. Talking all that jazz.
Speaking of that, before we get into the actual selection, I want to give a shout out. Yep. Shout out to Yagfu Front, because I think today was Action Packed Adventure was released in 1994. That's not the album we're going to talk about, but shout out to Yagfu Front because I love that album. So I think, but shout out to them anyway. Want to get them on the show. So,
ooh, I got to put this up. New shirt should be coming to a mailbox near you.
Then you don't have to wear the same old shirt, bro.
Good. Jenny, oh Jenny, I hope you got that like a quadruple XL for me. I put on that COVID 1500.
It got all of us, man. Got all of us.
Jesus Christ. We went for a walk tonight. I thought I was going to die. Like usually we have the kids with us, and like as you all know, you have kids. You go on a walk with your kids. It's not a walk.
Right.
It's stop, don't do that. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Speed up, blah blah blah.
Yep.
So it was just me and Jennifer. We left the kids at home. I was like, God damn, we in a foot race? Like, we might as well just start jogging. We're breathing heavy and everything else. Anywho, so this day in rap and hip hop history, courtesy of Mr. Chuck, Hard Rhymer, Rhyme Animal, and all the others. January 10th, 1995. M-Rock, why don't you give us a little beat to tee it up for us? Any ideas, Doc?
Heading out to Bucktown.
Indeed.
Yeah. I never realized that this was released on my birthday in 1995.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, you have the wrong date up there, but that's all right.
I put today's date.
Yeah. That's the correct date. January 10th.
We'll allow
January
it.
10th,
January
1995.
It's also my wife's birthday. You all share the same birthday.
Yes. My birthday, your wife's birthday, and the Shining's birthday.
The Shining, yeah.
Make sure you tell Jennifer that.
Yeah, she will be all about it. I'll wake her up after the show.
Yeah,
tonight.
she'll be thrilled to find out she shares a birthday with the Shining. So.
Got Chrome in the house. What's
What up,
Chrome?
Chrome?
Peace, Chrome.
Chrome gave us one of the very few interviews that he allows not too long ago.
I feel fortunate for that.
I think that was during the Spit Slamaganza.
It was. Yeah.
So tell me about this album cover here. It reminds me of Straight Outta Compton, but it also reminds me of another one. What am I thinking of?
It's a jazz album.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what the It's a Roy Ayers, right?
Roy Ayers, Ubiquity.
Roy Ayers cover. Yeah. Yep.
The sunshine. What a great song.
Yes. So they is it He's Coming? Is that the one? Roy Ayers, He's Coming?
I don't know.
I gotta look. Check the internet. Check the internet. Yes. He's Coming by the Roy Ayers. Ubiquity. So that's it.
I love
It's Smith and Wesson's homage to that album cover.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. There's some news tangentially related to Spit Slam with Smith and Wesson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, tangential. Yes, Spit Slam artist. Even though it's not a Spit Slam release, not the version that's out, but
right.
Black Medine just dropped a new single featuring Smith and Wesson through Leeds Edutainment.
Leeds, shout out Leeds. Leeds doesn't slum on our show.
Nope, not at all. So
he's too busy promoting shows.
Yep. Shout out Leeds. Shout out Black Medine, the homies.
Jenny O'Jenny is always on. Like, you say something, she will find a way. It's like 6 degrees of Daddy-O or Stetsasonic. Like, you could be like, oh, yeah, I ran into so-and-so at Trader Joe's. Oh, yeah, well, that person knows this person who knows that, who's with Daddy-O. She earns her money.
Hype Style. Didn't Smith and Wesson end up calling themselves Cocoa Brothers for a while? Are they back to Smith and Wesson now? Yes, that is true. After they dropped this debut album, Smith and Wesson, the arms manufacturers, filed a lawsuit against them. So they had to change their name to Cocoa Brothers for a while, but they are back to Smith and Wesson because I guess Smith and Wesson doesn't give a shit anymore, or whatever. I don't know. Don't know the story behind it, but they are back to Smith and Wesson. So,
I think Cocoa Brothers was originally a cereal, and then that didn't get picked up, and so that was available.
Lawsuit was BS, and they got it back. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yep, I knew it was
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Brothers.
That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
Could you imagine if that was really the cereal? That'd be awesome.
That would
Cocoa
be.
Brothers. Cocoa Brothers should make an appearance in the next HWIC.
Yes. I will. I
Get
have to
on
remember that. Yeah. Yes.
Like it could be like beside like Frankenberry and Boo Berry and Cocoa Brothers.
Cocoa Brothers, yes. I love that.
Yeah. So y'all ready to get into the main squeeze here? Get into the real deal?
I think so. I think it's about that time. I think we've wasted enough of everybody's time.
I think people are digging it. Let us know in the chat if you're down with this repartee, this witty repartee tonight.
Yes.
Or if you'd rather just cut 30 minutes off the show and then we just come straight to the shit.
Yeah.
And y'all don't have to listen to it.
Do you want us to cut the foreplay?
Yeah, right.
Do you want to go to the... Right.
Let's just get straight into it. PE Puffs, Mike Brass. What was the Flavor Flav? Was it Flavor Flav cereal?
Flavor Flav had a cereal, that's right.
In the video, in the home video? Was it Flavor Flav cereal? I can't remember now.
Was it like Marshmallow Clocks?
Yeah, something like that, yes. Yep.
What's up?
Yep.
Flava Pebbles. It'd be good.
Yeah.
Tell us your favorite. Yeah, pick out come up with a cereal name. If we like it, we'll put it on screen.
Big aspirations.
Wow. My cereal, Dad, my cereal was on it's CDOC again.
Right.
Cereal name.
All 16 people saw it.
Yes.
I beat out Cocoa Brothers just by this much. Anywho, so it's time for that part of the show where we bring on our esteemed guest. And tonight we got a good one. Who wants to do the honors here?
Yo, if you don't mind, DJ to DJ, I would love to introduce the man.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Please.
All right, man. This next guest is an incredible DJ. He is the host of Break North Radio. Our friends in Canada, he's bringing the dopest hip-hop, boom bap, old school, classic hip-hop to the airwaves. He keeps it real every week. And he's been really good to Spit Slam as well, spinning a lot of our artists, including myself. And this man needs no further introduction. So let's bring on DJ Hullewud.
What's up?
Oh,
is he there?
He's on the mad delay.
Oh, he's watching the live stream. He's got the back and forth.
Yeah.
No,
you're not? Oh, okay.
What's up, Hully?
no, I'm here.
Okay.
What's
up,
good, bro?
dude?
No, I'm here. I just can't hear you now.
Try
that.
Well,
When I hit test, I can hear you guys.
all right. What about now? Blah, 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 blah.
So can you all hear me?
1 2 1 2. We
Yes.
can hear you.
We can hear you. sir.
No,
Can you hear us?
I'm showing I'm getting a signal.
All right.
Yeah.
You are.
I can't hear nothing.
Huh.
Oh, you can't hear us. Uh-oh. That's a first.
This musical interlude and tech moment is brought to you by Cocoa Brothers. Can you hear us now?
What's weird is I don't know if you can hear me
We can.
Yes.
because I'm showing a signal.
But he can't hear us.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. We can hear you,
Yeah,
sir.
see, I'm actually in the StreamYard thing, and I can't hear anything
Right.
through my headphones unless I hit the test button, and then I hear a really awful sound.
Oh, sounds like a dog.
Yep. We hear your dog.
And then as soon as the test goes away, the sound goes away.
There's some
I
audio
don't know.
settings in the app you might want to try to noodle with.
Yeah, hang on. Let me mess with his. Maybe I can do some stuff with his
Which
mic
I can't
as
hear
well.
anything through the headphones right now. So that's
Anything? Can you hear anything?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Is there still a really bad delay though?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay, so we're good now then. Okay.
You can hear us?
I'm gonna scrap the headphones because I think that was what the problem was. But I can hear you guys. If you can hear me, we're good.
Word.
Yeah. Is the
We can hear you
live
just
stream
fine.
playing in the background? Because I can hear an echo. Oh, we're on speaker, aren't we? Yeah.
So what's going on, Hully? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Good, bro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and hopefully the delay's gone. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll work with it here.
All right.
Are you
There's a little bit of feedback.
Let's just try and move this a bit further.
It's kind of hip hop. It's kind of cool herc, you know?
yeah. So
It's
I don't
like,
know where the feedback's coming from, but
if you
I think
don't,
because you're listening to us on speaker.
yeah,
on speakers,
I'm gonna-
yeah,
Sorry,
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
try this.
that's all right. Nothing
So,
like
yeah.
working out the kinks
Doing it live.
in the show.
I've noticed a trend, but I will tell you one thing though. I really
He drags us. Now we can't hear you.
there.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. You can hear us?
I can hear you. We're sorted out. Everything's good.
Very good. I want to play a game of checkers on that thing on the back behind you there.
Yeah, I'm actually downtown London, Ontario, Canada right now. I'm at the homie DJ Reg's studio, and it's a little more appealing than me sitting in a basement with nothing on the walls. So
Ah,
make it
Cool.
look a little bit better. But yeah, this is DJ Rez's studio, and yeah, we're good
Word.
to go.
Shout out DJ Rez.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't discount the basement with nothing on the walls. That's hip hop as hell. So
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but not this basement. Sorry, Mom.
It's got mold on the walls.
Well, no.
So, DJ Hullewud is now, his show is now on Rap Station,
Yes.
which is glad we were able to make that connect.
Yeah, shout out Flatline and shout out UC Doc for helping getting that going. It's awesome. I really appreciate it, and it's just another way to get heard. So I was very appreciative of it.
Oh man, you do the Lord's work, sir. So
Yeah.
and any way we can help get the word out, got to do it. So
Yeah.
our pleasure.
So I gotta ask, how did you come up with the name DJ Hullewud? And give us the correct pronunciation if I bludgeoned it.
No, it's Hullewud. You got it. It actually goes back to me in grade 10 in high school. I really wasn't I was listening to hip hop, but I wasn't really a DJ at that point. And I just remember a friend saying, yo, if you ever to be a DJ, you got to take your last name, which my last name is Hull, Hull. And so he kind of flipped it and started calling me Hullewud. And in the normal hip hop fashion, I just took the spelling and fucked it up. So,
Oh.
which confuses people because I get all weird pronunciations and spellings of it, but that's the gist of it.
Well, that's
Yeah, it
that's
looks
very
kinda
hip
like
hop
your-
too. So.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's like DJ Hullewud from Finland.
So when did you get into hip hop? What was the catalyst?
Well, up here in Canada, we were really, really delayed with getting a lot of hip hop music in the early days. My first kind of venture into it was a K-Tel compilation called Breakdance. I didn't know what I was listening to. I liked it. Had Grandmaster Flash on there. Had like Herbie Hancock's Rocket. Again, I didn't really know what I was listening to. I just liked it. And then used to hear those tracks at like the roller rink, Shaka Khan, I Feel For You, stuff like that. It had kind of a hip hop element to it. And then in 1986, a friend of mine came up to me with his Walkman and said, "Yo, you gotta put the headphones on. You gotta hear this. You gotta hear this tape." And he pushed play, and blasting into my ears was Run DMC's Peter Piper. And right then and there, I was kind of like, "This is me. This is kind of the music I liked. I didn't know what it was, and we didn't have much of it at access or available." And that was kind of the catalyst of what took me on this venture. So it was Peter Piper, Run DMC.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will
a good-
definitely do it.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah, and that whole album, and then, which is funny because again, being the whole up here in Canada, a lot of the early hip hop releases we didn't get distributed up here. We had to get them through like an import basis or get them on our travels down to the States. So when I first heard Raising Hell, I had no idea that they had 2 more records before that. And once Walk This Way took off on Much Music, which was our equivalent of MTV, they started playing like Rockbox and King of Rock. And it was like, what are these songs? Where are these from? So it'd be a trip down to Detroit, which is 2 hours away from me. We'd find the Run DMC self-titled project, the King of Rock, and stuff like that. But to us at first, Raising Hell was all we knew at first.
Which
Yeah,
is
that
not
was
terrible.
No,
Right.
it's not.
No, that was I remember a similar thing coming in, really starting to get albums in 88 was when I started to buy them. And so like I didn't know didn't know there was a first BDP record or first PE record, and
Yeah.
These things, first Stetsasonic record. So yeah, that was
Yeah,
kind of the for us that were we were outside of New York or LA. Yeah,
it was the same way with a lot of records. Like even if you look at like Cool Modi, How You Like Me Now was kind of my introduction to Cool Modi. We
Yeah.
didn't really have the self-titled. It came out. BMG up here in Canada issued the first album after How You Like Me Now came out. But there was a lot of music that we didn't know of. Like there was the Fat Boys got released this year. Some of the Grandmaster Flashes got released here. Jive stuff, there was always a huge delay. Like, and certain Jive records never even came out up here. Like the second Skinny Boys record, Skinny and Proud, which was on Jive.
Yeah.
That never got released in Canada. The third record did.
Wow.
But the second one, no. So we were very late in getting a lot of the projects, and some of them we didn't even get. And again, we would hear an album that might be the group's third album, and we're just getting introduced to them, and we think this is like their debut. And no, they've been around for years. So
Right. Well, everybody's watching the show is probably around our age. I was going to say, for anybody watching this on the repeat that is young, this was before the internet. It wasn't easy to look this stuff up.
no, not at all.
That's all
Heck
right.
no.
No, but we used to go down to Detroit. My dad and I would go to Detroit all the time, and we'd hit up all the record stores. My dad's a big music fan too. He's a bluegrass folk connoisseur. But we hit up every time we went, anywhere we went. It was hitting up as many record stores as we could, and this is where I was finding a lot of the music that I listen to now and continue that put me on this hip hop thing. That was my first venture, was just picking up these random things in Detroit, like Just Ice, his second album. I had no idea who Just Ice was, but the album cover was dope.
Right.
And the label it was on was dope. So I mean, we just bought up whatever we could because we couldn't get it here. So.
Did you guys didn't have Yo MTV Raps?
No, we didn't even have MTV at first. We had Much Music, and they started out their kind of programming for us started out with a show called Soul in the City, and it was kind of hip hop, R&B, soul, and that sort of stuff. And it wasn't until hip hop kind of really started to catch on that they ended up doing Rap City, which was like a weekly hour hip hop show. We'd start to see some of the videos, but again, we didn't have. In the early days of Rap City, we didn't have like the NWA and the Eazy-E videos at first. Like we just didn't have those. So we'd get tapes from friends who had UMTV Raps, and they'd be like, again, our introduction to some of the stuff that was coming out that we just weren't aware of.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah. It's a different world up here in Canada, I'll tell you.
It's a different world down here.
Yeah, right.
True.
So speaking of that, Hully, when did Canadian hip hop start to become noticed? Like when did the fresh Maestro Wesses and all them come out?
Maestro came out in '89. He was the kind of one that led the way. There was Michie Me, who signed with First Priority down in the States. There was venture groups that came out, Ghetto Concept, Rascal, Chaclair. But it probably wasn't until like the early '90s, kind of where it kind of started to evolve into, I hate to say it, but good hip hop. I mean, there was a lot of not so much good hip hop in the early days up here in Canada.
And did you feel like at the time were they kind of mirroring the sound of what was coming out of like more like New York, or was it more like the West Coast sound, or kind of a mix of everything, or were they doing their own thing?
There's a mixture. There was people trying to have that New York sound, but I've always found that Canadian hip hop has kind of had their own thing. The West Coast kind of has more of a typical West Coast California sound, sort of. But again, I feel the Canadian vibes. It's a lot of music now is all the same, but in the early days of Canadian hip hop, I found that a lot of people were trying to be New York, but they also had their own kind of Canadian sound as well. Especially with Maestro, because he took a lot of like what we would consider classic Canadian rock tracks to sample guitar riffs and breaks from, which kind of gave it that Canadian feel that probably wasn't being sampled down in the States. So
Yeah.
that's kind of one aspect of having a Canadian feel to it.
Oh, that's dope.
That is
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. Real quick, yes, Jennifer O. Jenny. We were all in high school when you were working at K-Day, so it's all good. It's all right. That's how it works. Time is a flat circle. So
That's hardcore, dude.
So when did you when did you get into DJing then? Actually get into, say, okay, I'm going to do this now.
Probably late 90, 91, I kind of started to gain the interest in it. It wasn't until at that point I met DJ Rez, and first time going to his house, he was the first guy I knew that had turntables, a mixer, a basement full of vinyl, and hanging out at his house was kind of thing that kind of pushed me to pique my interest in it more. And then in 92 on a trip to, now Embrock's going to love this, but on a trip to Chicago with my parents, this is where I bought my first pair of Gemini, shitty ass Gemini turntables.
Yes.
And picked up a bunch of records while I was in Chicago as well. And from that point on, I just stopped buying CDs and cassettes for the most part, and buying vinyl, and took the turntables home and just played around in my basement. I was a bedroom DJ making mixtapes for friends for years. Wow. So yeah.
That's dope. And I love that Chicago was the place where you picked up your turntables, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you still have any of those old mixtapes?
Friends of mine do. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to hear them, but I know friends who do have some.
I'm pretty sure that you inspired Kanye up there in Chicago, didn't you? I love bringing up Kanye because it always gets the same reaction.
Silence.
Just, awkward laughter. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just my beautiful, dark, twisted rigmarole.
That's all right.
It's for
Sorry,
Doc's enjoyment. So
see,
now, tell me.
I can't listen to that album now because if I do, it's just like then you don't have anything to joke about anymore.
Yeah, well, DJ M-Rock's going to do a whole Kanye show. We're going to do an hour-and-a-half mix of Kanye.
Sure. All right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go. What were you going to say?
So, go ahead, guys.
No, go, M-Rock.
I was going to say one of my sons is a huge Ye fan. Big time. Has all the albums. So, yeah. So we could probably put a set list together of Kanye.
There you go. Easy.
Get some Black Skinhead in there.
That is a dope song. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a badass song.
It's a dope song.
And let's be honest, the Daytona album by Pusha T
is fantastic. Yes.
I was so what you got, Hullewud? You don't think so?
Nah, I'm just enjoying the banter. It's great.
Oh, well, you're part of the banter tonight,
yes.
sir. So speaking of banter, if memory serves me, and it usually doesn't, let's be honest. You recently you're starting to make some beats now, right? Are you futzing around with that?
A little bit. I bought an MPC there. Back towards the end of last year, I was going through some shit, and I had the time to do some stuff, so I bought an MPC. I haven't played around with it too much, but I'm going to try and see what I can come up with. I've always wanted to venture into it and try, so why not?
Cool. Yeah, hell yeah.
So nothing yet. I ain't going to be no M-Rock or nothing, but, we'll see what I can come up with.
But what is? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, we put this comment from Jenny up here for C-Doc. If C-Doc were stranded on a desert island and he only could have 2 artists to listen to for the rest of his life, we all know it would be Ye and M.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Next week, I don't know if you all know, but C-Doc is actually going to take the Godzilla challenge, where he rhymes that last, 16 bars or so of Godzilla from Eminem.
No, but I can sing Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult because, Rocco made me play it every day last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, on my Apple Music, it's the #1 stream song for 2021. Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult.
There's some dope samples in that, actually.
Well, yeah. I mean, their bass used it for
Yeah.
one of my favorite joints, Problem Child.
Yes.
So
Love that.
that's it. So I Rocco, big Godzilla fan. One day I'm like, oh, check this out, Rocky.
Oh, that's right.
Dumbest thing I could have done. Dad, play Godzilla. Okay. So
That's
it was the 1-2 punch, Godzilla, and then the clean version, the radio version of Simon Says by Pharoah Monch, because it samples the Godzilla theme song.
Nice.
So yes.
Nice.
So those were 1 and 2. So Ryan wants to know, stuck on an island, only got 2 artists to listen to. Who you got? I always abhor these questions because they're so dumb. But so Hullewud, what two artists stuck on a desert island, and for some dumb reason you only brought 2 CDs? And,
Yeah, these kind of questions are tough because it changes from day to day.
Yes.
But I would probably go with Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. Rakim is like my favorite of all time, so I couldn't leave that one at home.
Right.
And I would probably go with, and people don't necessarily like this one, but I'm gonna go with the Ghetto Boys, the self-titled Deaf American reissue.
Oh, word.
That's
Yeah.
a great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
Love that album.
I get funny
Brian
looks when I tell
Kadema's
people
gonna
that's one of
love
my
that.
favorites.
Yeah.
You get funny looks when you tell people that's one of your favorites?
Well, yeah, just because of how violent it is, and I guess people,
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
a great record.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking Ghetto Boys are dope.
Yeah.
But it's got "Fuck 'Em" on it, which is one of the greatest hardcore rap songs of all time.
Absolutely.
It's called "Fuck 'Em," for Christ's sakes.
Yeah. I actually did that at a hip hop karaoke.
You did fuck 'em? Who
yeah.
had that?
Well, I was running the hip hop karaoke and I had the instrumental, so it was kind of like end of the night. I was like, "Fuck 'em."
Dude, you just won the day.
I just did.
Show's over. You just won. There you
Did
go.
like all 3 MC's parts, and again,
Really?
people just looked at me a little scared and whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Can you do like the first part? Do you remember it?
I remember it, but
Come on. Let's hear it.
But I got a bone to pick because I'm sick. If you motherfuckers talking shit, I put you up, you put us down because I'm mad. Time to talk about your dog ass jealous motherfuckers. It seems they want to try the act. How do you do it? Fuck them up like a cardiac. Yeah. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
We're gonna send this out to Willie D after this.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's great. I love everything about that.
Yeah.
No,
It's a fun one.
it's a dope album. So
Yeah.
not mad at that.
That's an album that you could put on with a bunch of middle-aged white dudes like us, and we'd like, let's go out and beat somebody's ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and then we go out the door and we're like, no, fuck that. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah. We get out.
We're
yeah,
gonna get
right.
we'll get rolled.
Right. It's like, why don't we just go get wings instead? Okay. Yeah.
Go to get a couple of crunchy keels and some wedges.
I don't know. I'm
Call
down
it
for
a
wings.
night.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what was your first DJ gig, Hullewud?
The first one out was at a bar not too far from my parents' house. It was a hip hop event that's put on by a friend of mine who used to work at a record store here that I got all my imports from. And it was kind of like the end of the night, you know, half an hour left to go. You want to play some records? And I was like, sure. I think I did like a Miami bass set, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it was the end of the night, and you know they already played all the good jams at that point, so I just threw on some Miami bass, and that was fun. Yeah. Shout out Mark Fuqua from Dr. Disc.
Nice. Word up.
Yeah.
So that was the first, and then did you like immediately say like, oh, I'm gonna go find some more gigs, or how did it go? How did it go from there? Or was it sporadic for a while?
I actually didn't really do a whole lot at first. I went to college and ended up going to Toronto for 5 years, and kind of put music aside and didn't even touch a turntable except just to listen to random records. And it wasn't until I came back to London where I kind of immersed myself in it. and started showing up and doing some events with friends, and then the radio came around, and it just kind of ventured out from there, to be honest.
Oh, cool.
Because I went to high school for radio and film, and ended up enjoying film more. So I ended up going to do film in Toronto, and then and then I came back, got heavily involved with the local hip hop scene here. I met a couple friends who had a radio show up at Radio Western, so I went up there, and their show was Sausage Gut Radio. Showed up Matt Labatt, Uncle Ando, and they kind of brought me in to do little sets here and there for their 2-hour show, and then it evolved into them both leaving the station and a 2-hour slot being handed over to me, and that's where almost 5 years ago, Break North Radio kind of started. So
Break fucking North.
Dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still do film stuff?
No, I mess around with Adobe Premiere doing editing stuff just for personal or promo stuff. But when I worked in Toronto, I wasn't actually in on set and stuff like that. I was working in post production, like with the film transfers and doing all the daily transfers and all that sort of stuff, and like the final edits and stuff like that. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I do a lot of post production, so
Yeah.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Apparently, Doc's pretty good behind the camera.
I'm all right. I have my moments. I have my moments.
So, Hulley, I got a DJ nerd question for you here. So, I remember coming up, you were kind of taught to respect records, right? You have to handle them a certain way. Like, my dad was showing me his hi-fi, and it's like you never touched it, and you just touch the edges of the record, you put it down, and you lift the needle, and you put it down. DJing is completely hands-on, man. You're getting your hands on there, you're scratching, you're making it go back and forth. What was the turning point for you? Like, did you hear a certain song where you're like, you know what, I'm going in, I'm going to scratch this record for the first time? Do you remember that moment?
Yeah, I honestly think it was like a record of my sister's, probably like Howard Johnson or something like that. On my dad's turntable that we were strictly not allowed to touch.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and that's kind of whatever I get my hands on. But I think it was a Howard Johnson record, which is weird.
That's dope.
Rock, are you saying you don't respect the records anymore?
No, man, I'm all handsy now.
Yeah.
I'm real gropey with them.
Yeah, you just buy them again if you need to.
That's right.
I've got this weird thing about, because I'm still stuck on that. I got to treat my records nicely and stuff.
Yeah.
I've
noticed my handling of records has gotten way worse with the invention of Serato control vinyl.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because I just beat the shit out of those things, and it's hard to abuse those things and then go back to another record and be like, oh yeah, I got to handle this a certain way. Nah.
Absolutely.
Luckily, I got the digital turntables, and I don't have to like scratch the records anymore, which is cool.
Yeah.
But you know,
What's your go-to record? Let's say that. All right, so we're doing these. If you were on a desert island, let's say Chuck D called you up and said, "Yo, Hullewud, I need a sloppy scratch." What are you gonna pick up?
There we go. M-Rock is good.
There's some slop.
Oh wow,
not that sloppy.
I think Doc. I was gonna say he scratches a little bit better than that. Give me some
He
credit.
definitely does. He definitely does.
Yeah. Fucking Warhammer.
There you go. Yes.
Go ahead.
The little ghetto boy shout out, Hype Style. Thank you, Hype.
Yeah, I'm so bad too. I had to drop from Ready Red at one point, and over the years, hard drive crashes, I lost it.
Oh,
yeah, I'm so mad because he even called himself like the musical enforcer, and yeah. Yeah, that one hurts. And I'd been talking with him for years leading up to his passing about having him on the radio show and stuff like that, and we were pretty close, and then life happened, so.
Yo, I've heard nothing but great things about that dude. Somebody else, I can't remember who it was, but used to talk to him online and chat and stuff, and said he was just the super, super cool,
Yeah.
Super nice guy. Appreciated the fans.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, he's one of the easier guys to talk to.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
So-
Hully,
Oh,
sorry, can I? Sorry, See,
please.
Doc,
No,
I'm
I was.
tripping
Go
all
ahead.
over you here.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was wondering, man, like the music you play on your station, your show, it's not typical what's on the radio.
No.
And what's awesome about it is it's not typical with what's on the radio. And it's like it's a show for people like us who are maybe of this age group or true hip hop heads or whatever. Do you kind of feel like you're carrying the torch and you're doing something that, you know, is rare and stands out and you're kind of on a mission, or do you just do it because it's fun?
Well, there's plenty of people who are helping carry the torch. I do it because I enjoy it. The music I play is music that I would listen to on my own at any time of the day, which is a nice thing about college radio, is that we're allowed to play whatever we want. We can program whatever we want. We don't have to follow anybody. We don't have to follow, you know, here's our newest releases. You got to play some of these. Like, we don't have those guidelines. So I can go in there and do 2 hours of what I want to play. It's basically just an extension of my musical taste and what I really enjoy. And yeah, at the same time, a lot of this music's not getting played on many radio stations. And I feel that if I have the opportunity to help introduce people to some new artists who are still making very good music based on the style that I like, then it's a way for them to get heard. And that's why I do it. It's for the music, and that's really the only reason.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We need more people like you, man.
Yeah.
So thanks for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's awesome. I enjoy doing it, and I feel like I'm doing something positive, and I'm doing something that helps artists and just hip hop in general. So.
Oh, yeah, that definitely. It reminded me. Your show reminds me of years ago. I went to Europe with Chuck and Kyle Jason. We were shooting videos in France. We went to Midem first, and then we went to Paris, and we were shooting a video. But when we met up with the European label rep at the time that we had, and they were, you know, shuttling us through the city, kind of our guide, and he had the radio on, and whatever station it was, they were just playing everything. It wasn't just the current stuff. They play current stuff, but then they play like Al Green, and then there was some Luther Vandross, and it was like, and I go, I said, is this what your radio is like over here? And he's like, oh yeah, this is a typical station, and there was just no prejudice at all about what they were going to play.
Yeah.
And so when I listen to your shows, that's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like, oh, he's just playing. He'll play some new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and some Under the Underground new stuff, which is awesome because then I get to hear stuff I haven't heard.
Yeah.
But then you play the classics, and it's a great mix. So, you know, kudos to you, sir.
Thank you. No, like I said, it's a lot of fun, and with these outlets that I've gained over the last few years, like the show gets broadcasted on WRAP.FM, well, shout out E-Rock, out of New York, and now with Rap Station, I'm also hopefully introducing listeners to some Canadian hip hop, current and older stuff that they may not have heard, that is definitely worth checking out and listening to. So that's another part of expanding the Canadian aspect of it.
Yeah, no, that's great. I need to brush up too, because like I got Mocha only, and that's about it. You know?
Yeah.
There are so many dope Canadian artists, man. What's the boom bap scene like in Canada? Is it like outnumbered by trap and stuff like it is in the States, or is that more prevalent where you're at?
Well, yeah, we're only 2 hours from Toronto, so Toronto is a lot of current, you know, the home of Drake, trap, and all that stuff. So I mean, there's still a good underground scene. Unfortunately, you don't necessarily hear too much of it. Except through college radio and through friends and stuff like that. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
With you being on college radio, is your main demographic younger people, or do you get like old heads like us tuning in primarily?
Yeah, I don't know how many younger people I get. It's mostly older. Anytime I've gotten phone calls for requests, like it feels like they're a little bit of an older crowd, which I'm fine with. But I know there's younger people who listen too, and they may not get it. But I'm trying. Yeah.
CM wants a mixtape, M-Rock.
Oh, all right. Hit me up at djmrock1@gmail, and we will talk, my friend. So
You're DJ MRock1?
One.
Who got the original?
One. Yeah, who's the other DJ M-Rock?
Yeah, I don't know, but I was so ticked. I'm like, really?
Hullewud, do you still make mixtapes?
Well, I kind of do a 2-hour one every week.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a dumb question. All right,
No.
scratch that.
No, but
Just for the record.
I haven't done one in a while. I teamed up with another DJ friend, Chase March, who's also a Radio Western host, and we did a couple mixtapes where he did one side and I did the other, and we each reached out to artists on our own.
Oh,
and
dope.
It was mostly heavily Canadian influenced, but it was kind of unreleased music. We had some friends do exclusive stuff for us, or stuff that was coming off their upcoming projects, and stuff along those lines. So I've done them, but it's probably been 3 years since I did the last one.
Yeah,
It's
makes
tough
sense.
to find time to do it now.
Well, sure. I mean, you're rocking joints every week, so
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
I got a quick question for Hullewud.
Hope it's better than mine.
Well, you were calling out our listeners with their terrible questions about their desert island.
It was a good question.
I'm getting texts over here from him. He's like, "C-Doc hurt my feeling." No, he didn't.
No, it was a good question.
Ryan's actually the dude that was with me the day that we all met up there in Cincinnati.
Ah,
Yeah. So anyway, we were talking in the green room before the show. I like to say the green room, by the way. I hadn't said it yet. So Hullewud, if you had to pick, let's say that you were on a desert island. No. So I'm gonna throw out 2 movie names. You tell me which one you go with, and it's got to be like quick. Okay. All right. Breakin' or Beat Street?
Beat Street.
Okay. All right.
there it is.
We're batting 1,000 over here, so.
Yep, there it is.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Are we gonna bring up Juice again or not? We're just gonna not talk about it.
I like Juice.
Okay.
Yeah, Juice is good.
So what's your favorite movie, like in the vein of Juice, would you say?
Well, we're talking about hip hop movies. My favorite's Crush Groove. Hands down.
word.
Yeah.
Good old Crush Groove.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine recorded that off of like the Movie Network. Was one of those pay things that you get on TV to get to see movies all the time.
Yeah.
And so he recorded Crush Groove off the Movie Network. And I grew up in a pretty Christian household. So mom and dad, sister, we all went to church. I'm like the only one that doesn't go to church now. So my dad wouldn't rent me Crush Groove because it was rated R. And I wasn't ready for that, right? So my friend Dave recorded it off Movie Network. So I watched it on the down low at home. And then one day my dad brought the movie home and let me watch it. And he walks into the room and it was like one of the parts with the Fat Boys. And I was like, "Oh, Dad, you gotta see this part. It's hilarious." He just looked at me and was like, "I thought you hadn't seen this movie yet." I was like, "Oh, Dave told me the scene is really funny." Yeah, the same thing. Like I wasn't allowed to see Wild Style back in the day, but eventually I got into them all.
No. Do you all remember? Did you all used to have the cable box that was like it literally was like a remote by you? You just like
With the
little
like the
tab on
13
it.
buttons.
Yeah, or whatever,
Yeah.
and you could just like flick it down. So apparently you could take a butter knife and put it in the side and the bottom and get all the channels.
Really?
Wow.
And of course, I watched a lot of porn between lines before
Yes.
I ever knew that as a kid. you know, you catch a boob here or there, and apparently you just stick a knife up there and just watch it all.
Man, if I can
Who
time
knew?
travel back and tell my, 11-year-old self this information.
I know, right?
We
Because
didn't
now
have
it's
that
so
fancy
hard to
remote.
find any kind of programming like that.
Exactly. You didn't have that up in Canada, Hollywood?
No, I had friends who had it, but we never had it.
Oh, you didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we moved to we were living in Alliance, Ohio. We moved to Coriopolis, PA, which is out near the Pittsburgh airport. That's the first time we got cable. That was the first time we got a VCR. And so MTV, watching all kinds of music videos. Like, what the hell is this? There was a music video show too on, was it USA Network or something like that? We'd watch it on like Thursday nights or something. I don't even remember, man. It's been a long
I used to
time.
watch Up All Night with what's her name on USA Network.
Oh,
On
yeah.
weekends. What was her name? Right after Headbangers Ball on MTV.
Downtown Julie Brown.
No, I'm talking about we
Somebody
would
else.
watch the USA Network after that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Downtown Julie Brown didn't do Headbangers Ball.
No, that was
Adam.
yeah, Adam.
Oh no, he had very, very thick, long hair.
Yes. Adam with the
As
hair.
most, yeah.
Yo, the worst was when sometimes they goof up and like you wait for that last Yo MTV Raps video and then they play like a metal video because
Yeah.
Headbangers Ball was coming on.
I was so pissed.
Yes. It happened a couple of times, man. It'd be like, yo, what the, come on, man. Like I get an hour of this every week.
Yeah,
You guys are going to short me?
that's right. I didn't tune in for this. Striper? What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Striper.
I don't need to listen.
Hullewud
to
probably
shit.
knows about Striper.
The band?
Yeah, the Christian heavy
Yeah.
metal band. To Hell with the Devil.
That's right.
Yeah.
Were they? Oh, they were a Christian band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Christian hair band or whatever you want to call them, hair rock. Yeah.
Oh, I got to pull this comment up just before we lose it because it's a troll or someone, but I want to put it up here anyway. Chris Shirk, shout out. Yes, I appreciate that. I'm assuming you're saying me and not Chuck D, but
Is that your wife?
I
There's
doubt
another
it.
one.
She doesn't care about anything I do.
There's a better
She's
one
like, we're
further
going
down.
upstairs.
Oh yeah, they're on a roll there, bud.
Oh yeah, this is definitely that's great. I am not a troll.
Adam Curry. Thank you, Jennifer O.
Oh, there it is.
Adam Curry, Jenny, oh Jenny, you knew she was going to come.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, so Hully, I got another DJ question for you.
Yeah.
I got two
You
actually.
don't-
I'm gonna keep it in that lane.
Please
So,
do.
a lot of hip hop DJs are kind of like, well, I don't want to say a lot of, but it's kind of like you're either in like the creation side of things where you're like a scratch DJ or you're hosting a show or you're doing stuff like that, and then there's the battle DJs, the turntablists, that people that are in it for the competition. I'm on the first side. Like I like to create. I'm not doing this for competition. Like, have you ever been tempted to join a DMC battle or anything like that?
Not a DMC battle. I've had a few other local DJs call me out. We had for a short period of time. We had like a monthly hip hop show where the guy that ran it started introducing little DJ battles. So they'd have like the guy who won it, and then the next month or whatever, somebody would come and take him on, try and steal the title or whatever. So I had a couple guys there try to call me out, and I had another friend who's a really good friend of mine who just called me out for fun. But I didn't. I'm not into the battle part of it, and I felt like they had a lot more to gain just by battling me, I guess. So, not gonna give them that. But no, I just never really been into that part of it. I kind of grew up on hip hop kind of before that scene kind of evolved.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just where I like to keep it.
What DJs were an inspiration to you?
Well, Jam Master Jay, number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah. But I also a big appreciation for Cash Money. And a big fan of DJ Aladdin, especially during the low profile days.
Yeah. Low profile's dope.
Yes.
Man, that album doesn't get enough love.
No.
And
there needed to be another one, a second album. But
yeah.
I mean, the WC and the Mad Circle was great too, but it just wasn't the same.
Right. Yeah, it was cool. Shout out to Sir Jinx for WC and the Mad Circle.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that low profile was so dope.
Sir Jinx.
And Jam Master
Jenny
Jay,
O'Jenny's going to get Jinx on here.
Jam Master Jay is also the first DJ I actually saw live.
Oh, word.
I'm jealous.
My first hip hop show that I ever went to was August 1988 at the Varsity Arena in Toronto, and it was Run DMC touring for Tougher Than Leather, Public Enemy touring for It Takes a Nation, and EPMD with Strictly Business.
Wow.
God dang, dude.
The trifecta right there.
That was my first hip hop show, like ever.
That's a pretty strong one right there.
Wow. How do you top that?
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and the funny thing too is when I was talking earlier about hip hop albums kind of not coming out here depending on what label they were released on, Strictly Business never got a Canadian release. With how big that record was, it did have a Canadian release. It may have at some point, but definitely not when it first came out. Wow. The whole Fresh Sleeping Bag and all that, there just wasn't a Canadian distributor really for it.
Yeah.
So I had picked up the tape when I was in the States. And so when we went to the show, my friend and I, EPMD, Eric and Parrish, just strolled up outside where we're all waiting in line, just hung out outside the door. And so I went up and talked to them because at that point I recognized them. I knew who they were because I had their tape, but nobody else knew who they were. At least they didn't let on that they did. They just thought there were people there for the hip-hop show.
Wow.
So it's quite a memory of my first hip-hop show.
Yeah, man.
That's
Jeez.
dope.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Were you ever inspired by like the radio host DJs like Mr. Magic or DJ Red Alert or Marley or anything like that?
To an extent, like didn't have a lot of those tapes. Like it was one of those things where we obviously didn't get the feed here and the internet wasn't around and all that. So you'd get the odd tape floating through friends. But in the early day too, it's not like there was a big hip hop crew that we were hanging out with. There was like maybe, there was like 2 of us in our public school. When I went to high school, there was maybe like 4 or 5 of us. Like there wasn't a lot of people that were into it like I was. Yeah. So we didn't really get a lot of those tapes. My kind of radio influence is more locally. Like there's a guy who still works at Radio Western, does a show named Mo D, Scratch Master.
Wow.
And
nice.
When I first heard his show, it was just tuning through the FM dial on a Saturday night. Like right now, he's the 2 hours right before my show. So we're pretty good friends now. And but when I first heard his show, I thought I was picking up a station from Detroit. Like nobody's playing that in London. This is some Detroit station. And then I come to find out, after listening to it for a couple of weeks, that this is coming from 10 minutes down the road from me at the University of Western Ontario. So he was a major influence on me. That was kind of like my Mr. Magic, cool DJ Red Alert. Like it was a local DJ doing this music that I had never heard or knew very little. He was breaking me on a lot of new artists at that time too, because he was getting all the bunch of the promos and going down to the States on a regular basis, coming back with stuff. So he was not only my weekly fix, but he was introducing me to a lot of dope music at the time that I wasn't hearing anywhere else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I said, it was different up here, especially in those early days. We just didn't have the resources that easily to get this stuff.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, in a way, I guess it wasn't as hard, but being outside of New York and LA was kind of like that too, because it took a while, for us to get stuff as well. So, You know, I was relying on friends eventually, and then Yo MTV Raps. But I would rely on friends to get find out what was, you know, they'd be going to record stores downtown and in downtown Pittsburgh, and they carried the stuff. Be like, yo, you hear this? And then I'd go to the mall and find shit there. Be like, yo, I got this. We'd trade tapes and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, and then
I
eventually.
do need to give a. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, eventually there was a record store here named Dr. Disc, and they kind of did a lot of the vinyl importing and CD importing, cassettes and all that, bringing stuff in from the States. So that would be like my weekly venture down to Dr. Disc and see, you know, what's the latest thing. We paid an arm and a leg for some of the stuff because it was all import.
I was gonna ask, if they jacked it up because because it was an import,
Yeah, but that was kind of the only place that we had, and again, we might get it 2 or 3 weeks after it's come out.
Yeah.
But also it was all new to us, so we didn't know it had been out for that long.
Yeah, right.
We don't
You
know.
didn't know any different.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask, Chuck?
I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. That's how quick it happens, dude. I'm telling you, you hit 50. It's over.
I'm getting there.
That'll do it. It happens to the best of us.
So, Hully, what do you
I
think
I figured
about?
out.
Oh, go ahead, man.
No, I think I figured out that I'm definitely on the other side of the decline there. It's all good though.
Come on,
Aging
son.
like fine wine.
Yes, there you go. Aged like fine wine. M-Rock, what were you saying?
I was going to ask Hully what his opinion is on today's contemporary DJ culture with laptop DJs and hip hop with lack of DJs and Paris
sync
Hilton
button?
as a DJ.
Oh, the sync button and pushing buttons and not doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big on it. I still to this day am not like a controller person. I haven't gone that route yet. I'm still a Techniques 1200 guy.
Nice.
Still have, I might have to go the route to get this phase thing because of the needle shortages and pricing and my needles not being available anymore. But I haven't felt like I need to or the want to go completely digital. I guess I run Serato and whatnot, but I don't know if I can do it. The full transition. It's tough. It's really tough.
It is. I'm actually using a Rain 1 right now, which is technically a controller, but it's got the motorized platters. The action's pretty good on them, so I can't complain. But yeah, man, it's definitely, there's no sync button going on over here.
Yeah.
No Paris Hilton in this basement.
I forgot Paris Hilton was a DJ.
Wow.
Shit, I mean, I'm using the
Air
term
quotes.
DJ very loosely there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Idris Elba.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's cool.
He is cool.
He is
He's in
cool.
the Suicide Squad, so he's cool.
He's better looking. He's better looking than Paris Hilton, actually.
Yes, that is true.
I got to give a shout out to my stalker, Chris Shirk. I figured out who this person is.
Awesome.
I got to give a shout out to Medellin, Colombia, South America. To my man Christian and his favorite cousin, V.
Word
Shout
up.
out. Wish I was down there.
Hullewud, do you still have all your records from back in the day?
Pretty much. I went through one spurt where I used to play hockey a lot, and and Nike had introduced hockey skates, and I really had to have them. So I sold a bunch of vinyl at one point. A good chunk of it I still have, and I've replaced a lot of stuff that I did sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still have a lot of vinyl.
No, that's dope.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
a lot of original pressings and stuff I should probably take more care of. But yeah, I can't get rid of them.
Yeah. No, that's good. I've heard, friends who lost their collection or sold their collection. They're like, "Why did I do?" Yeah,
That was
M-Rock.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I regret every moment of that.
You're not the only one, though. You're not the only one. So,
I sold my music collection at least twice.
Yeah.
Because I was caught up in the same thing that Hullewud was going through up there. I was very devout Baptist. So.
And you had to have Nike skates.
Hully, were you ever in a hip hop crew as their DJ or anything like that?
I've been in numerous ones over the years.
Numerous.
Yeah. Kind of stepped away from it from the most part, but I still do shows for the homies Moore and Exit Only. Moore's living in Australia right now, so that kind of makes it tough.
Oh wow!
But I DJ'd for them. I've DJ'd for a crew back today called Wise Boys. Yeah, I've had a few crews, a few solo artists that not associated with anymore, but yeah.
Do you miss playing live?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do. I've been able to do a couple shows here and there through the pandemic. Again, it's another one of those things I've kind of stepped away from doing too much of, because I mean I got so much on the plate right now, and it's tough to get out. Radio show, got kids, and a bunch of us can relate to that.
Yeah.
But I still do the odd show. Some of the bigger ones I'll definitely do. But
Dope. That's what's up.
yeah.
That has your show started on Rap Station?
It aired last night was the first. I think Flatline played last week's a few times over the week, but basically last night I think was like the official.
Okay.
That's the one we plugged. But it airs on Monday nights at 8:00 Eastern. It's also replaying on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. in the morning Eastern. Wednesday 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern, and Thursday morning as well. So it's getting 5 plays a week, which is great.
Nice.
So shout out Flatline.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flatline. Flatline's a good dude, man. He does his best to rock that station. So
Yeah.
and the yep. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you.
Yeah, and it's great too. Like he's been awesome with me in this short. I think it's only been like a week since we really have been communicating, and you kind of helped get that. Well, you did get that rolling, but it all came together pretty quick, and it's appreciated, and I do what I can to make everybody proud. Just keep doing what I'm doing. So.
Oh yeah, man. You already got it figured out. So
Yeah.
You did all the hard work. All I did, Glad that you're involved. So
Yeah.
if we can get the next step is to kind of get the app a little more streamlined. It's still a good app, so go get if you don't have the app yet, go get the app. I would like to get it a little, the menu function a little easier to navigate, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
So, but glad you're involved, man.
Yeah, me as well.
So who we having on next week? Who we have?
Chris Payne.
Chris Payne. Chris
sir.
Payne.
Bring the pain.
What are you drinking there, Hullewud?
I don't want to advertise, but just plain old Budweiser.
Okay, Budweiser. Okay, it's not Bud Light.
Tonight's episode of It's Sea-Dog again.
It's brought to you by RSTV app and Budweiser.
Yes.
Yeah. And funny reason why I drink Budweiser is because that was the predominant beer that the Beastie Boys drank back in like '86.
Oh,
That's right.
True story. That's really
hip hop to the bone, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word up.
They threw a lot of Budweiser into the crowd. There's no doubt about that.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of stupid that way with how I relate things to hip hop.
All right, come on, man. We all do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all do it.
Dude, my jam I used to play, this is tangentially, I've used that word twice now,
Fancy.
related to rap, but my go-to mixtape for chicks back in the day was Orange Juice Jones. And we just put that on, talk about closets, stalking, and K-Day.
Jenny's not gonna send you a shirt now.
Jenny, you know I'm going to call you after this show. I ain't talked to you in a week. I need to talk to you.
Oh my gosh.
The rain. That's right, cheesemonger.
Yeah.
Don't go looking in that closet. There's nothing there.
That's
Dude,
another
if you
record I
listen
bought
to
that was basically because it was like a Def Jam release. That's the only reason I even bought Orange Juice Jones back in the day.
But it was
yeah.
because it was Def Jam. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. I didn't even know it was it. They played the hell out of it on the radio out here. I didn't even know it was on Def Jam, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh, the song. We just laughed. Yeah, because the end. When he goes on the rant. Oh man, that was one of our favorites. I didn't know it was Def Jam till later. I was like, oh, geez, really?
Dude, it's such a fantastic song when she comes home.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I followed you today.
Yeah.
Like I thought I'd come up on you like do a Rambo.
Do a Rambo.
What the hell are you talking about?
But instead, I chilled.
I chilled. DJ recordings.
Yay. Thank you, Russell Simmons.
Yes. Thank you, Russell Simmons, for that one.
There won't be another label like that. With that kind of talent that came on all at one time. I mean,
Nah.
my God.
No. It was special.
Yeah.
It was a special label and a special time, man.
Yes.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
Special label, special time.
That's right. What is that? Is that a dog toy? That's awesome.
That's Marvelous playing with a toy.
Awesome.
What kind of dog is it?
What's the actual
Pitbull.
mix? Yo, Rez, what's Marvelous's mix? He's got headphones on. He can't hear me.
Oh.
What's Marvelous's mix? What is she? Border Collie German Shepherd.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, smart dog.
Yeah.
Most likely to retrieve a frisbee.
And I believe possibly named after Marvelous from Cash Money and Marvelous.
That's
Oh,
dope.
dope. That's fantastic.
Hmm.
Huh?
That's cool.
Yeah, he just said 100%.
Oh,
Oh.
I love that dog. I don't even know that dog. I love it.
Right?
If
Right?
if C-Doc
Seriously.
was on a deserted island
Yes.
and he could only have a one dog.
Yep. It would, not my dog. I'd have that dog. So,
he'd have
Whatever happened to Marvelous?
I don't know, man.
don't
I was
either.
listening to that album yesterday.
Yeah. Such a good
Ugly
record,
People
too.
Be Quiet.
Yes.
So, Hullewud, top 5 go-to albums, and it could be at the moment. You know, I know the shit changes, but like, what are your go-to albums that you find yourself going back and forth to? You don't have to name 5, just
Yeah. No, I
collection.
can probably do that.
yeah.
Just imagine you're in a desert island. What 5 would you bring?
Yeah.
Right.
LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer.
Word.
Public Enemy, Yo Bum Rush the Show.
Word.
I would probably go with. I'd actually would throw Cash Money and Marvelous in there because I listen to that record a lot still.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Nice.
So I got 2 more. I'm gonna go with Schoolie D, Saturday Night, the album.
Ooh, yes.
Always a big fan of that one.
Yep.
And I'm also gonna throw in there today, anyways. I'll throw in Audio 2. What more can I say?
Oh, nice.
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 It is good.
Now, what's an album that you're a fan of that you got to convince people to like? This is a great album. You got to hear that people don't
question.
normally go to.
Oh man.
I know it might take a second, but the album you got to convince people.
I've had to convince people with audio too, to be honest, especially the second record, just because people get irritated by Milt's voice, which I've always liked.
Right.
So I know that's been a tough sell on some people.
I like his solo record.
Yeah, I Never Dated. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yes.
Get off my log.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like Eric B. and Rakim Paid in Full, it's kind of a hard sell because like half of it's instrumentals. No, just because half of it's like instrumentals.
Yeah.
Right? So I sit there and I'll tell people like, Rakim's my number one favorite of all time. And then you play them the record, and it's like he barely raps on it. It's mostly instrumentals.
Yeah. There's
So,
on the first record.
But when
there's
he
a lot of that.
does,
yeah.
But when he
when he
does.
does rap,
Yeah.
dude, I've got mad respect for Rakim. I went to see them in Lexington, Kentucky, right, I guess the year before the pandemic. And they were stuck in traffic coming up from a show from Nashville, I think. And everybody started to leave because it was like 11:30. Nobody had showed up. The people that were, running the club were like, we don't think they're going to get here. If they do get here, it's going to be super late. Long story short, they roll in about 12:30. There's maybe 15 or 20 heads that stayed. Because, that place was packed. And you see Rakim and Eric B. And Rakim gets on stage. He's like, y'all still want us to play? And we're like, fuck yeah. Dude. Threw down for an hour and a half. And it was just like 15 of us. It was so fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Got my picture with him and Eric B. It was amazing.
Wow. It's like your own private concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen him live twice. One was a Rock the Bells when it came to Toronto, and he actually got, or at least this was his reasoning for being late, was that they got into a car accident on the way from the airport to the venue, and they came on, so they had no sound check. I think Kid Capri was DJing for him, and the sound was horrible. He was not happy. Didn't perform for long. They saw him years later at Rock the Bells in New York, and he was doing the entire Paid in Full album. So that was a much better performance. But yeah, the first one was a shit show. And that's not the way to see your favorite MC the first time. So.
Well,
No.
that's true.
So.
No, he was here in Pittsburgh over the summer, and he was fantastic. Him and Kane. So yeah, that was just awesome. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, Rakim can throw down on Chinese arithmetic, there's no doubt.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thanks.
Nothing but hip hop nerd humor here at
Totally.
Seahawk again.
Hey, I got to get in where I fit in.
Check it. Cheesemonger, who is also a fellow, he's not a fellow Canadian there, Hollywood. Same shit happened when DU came to Vancouver in 2002. It's almost a private show for 15 people. Wow. Damn.
I bet DU had a lot of private shows. I remember seeing them in 86 or 87. It was with PE. I think for Fear.
Oh, that was
They
90.
opened 90. Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw him on that tour too.
Fucking fantastic.
Yep. Yep. You remember that they did that bit where it was who's that rapper, and they would do like a verse or something from an MC, and then they say who's that rapper, and they'd hold up like a cardboard cutout cartoon of the like
before Fatheads.
Yeah. It was so dope. I remember they did Ice Cube, but I don't remember who else they did, but that was the one I remember.
Yeah, I don't think they were at the Ice Cube concert. I can't remember. I don't remember much after that Ice Cube concert because I got jacked.
You got
beats?
jacked?
Yeah, I got beat down.
You got jacked for beats.
Yeah, did you get jacked for beats? They stole your beats?
I got jacked in the back of the head.
Ooh.
Yeah, throw that into my top 5 plus one was America's Most Wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Obviously, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just having a debate over whether or not Cube was actually holding an Uzi in that album cover.
Yeah, and they airbrushed it out.
That's what I've heard. But I
You've
don't
heard
know.
that too?
I've heard the story or that there was an original cover that did come out and it got changed quickly, but I've never seen any real image of it, but I've heard stories of it.
Yeah, man. So, Hully, you know Dirty Needles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he reached
You introduced
out
me to him.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Needles if you're watching.
Yeah.
But he reached out to me and he's like, M-Rock, of all the people, maybe you would know this. He's like, I remember, I think it was in Source Magazine, an original promo ad for America's Most Wanted. And Cube, like the cover's exactly the same, but instead of Cube's hands being clasped, he's actually holding like an Uzi. And that's why the hand clasp is kind of so weird on the actual cover. So I remember that, and he remembers it, but we can't find it anywhere. We searched the whole interweb and could not find that.
Wow.
Well, see if I can figure out what. Yeah, so that would have been obviously in '90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Crucial, has a bunch of the old Source magazines. I don't know if they go back that far, but I'll have to ask him to take a look.
What did the Source? Anybody remember when the Source went from a newsletter to an actual magazine?
I don't remember.
I don't. I do remember getting those newsletters in the mail, though, and it was like, when those hit the mailbox, it was like Christmas, you know? It was awesome.
Wow, you got the newsletters? Wow.
I got the newsletters because I was living in the Boston area back in the day, and
Right.
WERS at night, and they would promote the Source. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. I wish I hadn't lost those.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, damn, man. Wow.
I guess we'll just ask Ice Cube about it in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Oh, was I not supposed to say that?
Oh, snap. Right now, people watching are like, wait a minute, are they serious?
Yeah.
The guy from Are We There Yet? Oh, shit.
Right?
22 Jump Street?
Wait, is that the guy from
Right.
Triple X State of the Union?
Yeah.
Sorry. Too deep. Sorry.
That was deeper than,
Yeah.
That was a deep
Very
cut
obscure.
for sure.
Just for the record.
Yes,
I've
the
never seen
upstairs
that
records ads. Cheese
Yes!
Records, right. I
Yep.
remember those.
Yep. I would always look. That was a good yeah, it was always a good place to see what was coming out. You know, what albums were up and coming. The Source was cool back in
Gemini,
the day, man.
turntables.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always had the. Always had the ads for all the equipment. I'd look at and be like, I can't afford this.
I know, man.
could
Even
barely
Geminis were expensive.
I could barely afford to buy the magazine.
Yep. Can't buy magazines these days, man. They're like $8 or $9.
Yeah.
If you can find them.
Yeah, true.
You know. Shout out to B-Boy Document for actually being a magazine.
Yeah. And a quality one at that.
Yep, exactly.
When are they doing a cover story on its CDOC again?
Well, they interviewed me, so there's at least an interview in there.
Okay, good.
So that was cool. Made me feel like special. M-Rock's in that issue too.
I am. Yeah, that issue's been banned in 23 states.
Well, they took that centerfold out, so I think you can get the.
I think you can get it now. I was originally holding an Uzi in the first centerfold, and then they airbrushed that out.
Yeah.
But they left
your
in everything else.
Now your hands are like this.
That's almost like the original cover for the Jeep Beats album, where you had your shirt off and just a gold chain.
Yeah.
In the snow.
pole.
Cowboy boots.
In the
Yeah.
snow. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, who else is in that issue? Is you, me, and Odad?
Yeah, Odad's in there.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
Which is worth
You're
the
gonna get
price of
Jenny
admission
going.
by itself.
that's the whole reason to buy
Right.
it.
Yeah, word up.
Oh, and I did want to dispel a rumor that went around when we had Odad on the show the other night. He was not in a limousine. I had a lot of text messages from people saying, "Was he in a limo?" Doubt it.
Man, he was hiding from the grandkids.
He was in a Suzuki Sidekick.
Yes.
Do you remember
It
that
looked
episode of Yo MTV Raps when they went through Compton
Yep.
with Ice Cube and the Suzuki?
Yep. That's right.
Man,
Hollywood, what
Never
else is
gonna
coming
be
up for you, sir?
Um,
Just more of the show? Anything else?
Nothing really in the works right now. We typically at Radio Western every August, right around the closest we can get to August 11th, we do a 24-hour hip hop day at the station.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah, something I kind of threw at the program director 4 years ago. They've never had an entire day focused on one genre. They've done 24-hour days on specific issues or things like that, but they've never allotted an entire day to a single genre. So I basically been organizing that and playing that out. So we'll probably be doing that again. That's in August.
Dope.
Got some friends putting out some projects that I may do some cuts on. We'll see
Nice.
if time lines up for that. Other than that, it's basically just doing the radio show and trying to figure out this MPC.
Word up.
So,
Can't wait to hear some of your beats.
I know.
we'll see.
You know? Have fun with it, man.
That's all I'm gonna try and do.
Yeah.
Really, it's just something to have fun with and learn, and
Yep.
that's all it is.
That's it. That is the beautiful thing. Hype Style. My first source was September 91, PE cover, Apocalypse 91 interview. Worst review I disagreed with was on music. Benzino editorial era was trash. Hashtag fight me Benzino. You can
it's
take him,
on.
Hype. You can tell him. Yes, and I agree. That was one of the worst reviews. Not only because it just missed the mark, but it was just like his argument for why the album was bad was just nonsense. So I totally agree with that.
Consider the source.
Consider the source.
See what I did there? Even late at night, I mean, it just flows, you know.
Like a fine wine.
Yes, like a
Fine malt liquor.
It's
Chuck's
kind
on
of like
fire tonight.
a fine loco, Four Loco.
Yes. Sipping that loco tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I don't want you to fall out of the office.
I know, right? I still have to go walk the dog, so I don't want to
Right.
fall.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
you mean you're gonna walk the dog, or you're gonna walk the dog?
No, I'm walking the dog, bitch.
Oh, okay,
I don't know what
alright.
you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know you have your secret language, code
The
words.
safe word.
Yeah.
The safe word.
So, Hully, what do you
Yeah.
think about this whole vinyl resurgence? You think it's going to last?
I hope it does.
Ditto
I
to
did-
that.
Yeah, obviously vinyl's my preferred way of listening to music. I just am really annoyed by the record store day. I love the fact that vinyl's resurging and all that, but not a fan of record store day and the stuff they rush out, the reissues, the stuff that, for the most part, nobody really wants, in my opinion. And forcing all the independent artists and all that who are trying to get records pressed delayed because the big labels are just throwing money at the plans to do all these things for record store day.
Yep.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's become a cash grab, and it's not really what it should be about. So
I knew we were in trouble when they reissued, and nothing against the album, but they reissued Herb Alpert's Whipped Cream and Other Delights because you can literally find that in dollar bins everywhere.
Yeah, 99-cent bin.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, and I walked into a store and they had the reissue there for $30. I'm like, are you kidding me?
But it's
Well,
on
that is-
180 gram
yeah.
vinyl, Doc.
Yeah.
Well, the reissues are so expensive too. It's like you're not having to pay for artwork or anything. Like you basically got everything already. So why do you got to gouge people?
Yeah.
But
Yep. I know.
so
Yeah.
Wait till we have our capitalism episode. We're really going to get shitty.
Wait.
Right.
Jump into it right now.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh man.
Damn, dude, I didn't even realize what time it is. It's 10:15. We still got people hanging on listening to this banter.
I know.
I love it.
This is great.
This might be the remix of the first ever show featuring DJ M-Rock, the marathon.
That was a talk fest for sure.
Yep. You just kind of that's what happens when you hang out and just keep it loose.
I
and
fell
that also
asleep
had a
in my own
later
interview.
start too, didn't it?
What's that?
Yeah, it
That
did
also
start.
started
late.
later, so it went
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
late.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. We started at 9:30 back then.
Yeah.
It's hardcore.
We were
That's the way
crazy.
we roll, dude. We're hard.
Yep. That wasn't the night my wife and son got sick, was it? Was that the second episode?
I think it was the second episode,
Yeah.
I believe.
I hear all this noise upstairs. I'm like, what the hell's going on? They're up there puking their guts out.
You're down here doing a show.
Yeah, I'm down here doing a show. Mara said, she's like, he's got to be able to hear me. And I'm like, what's going on?
That's why
wake
she
up.
started trolling the show on Facebook.
Exactly.
She needs to get a word to Doc. She's like
Yep.
putting it on Facebook. Hey, can you bring up a roll of toilet paper when you come after the show?
Yeah. We're dying up here. Please end your show. Come help us out.
All right, next week we got Chris Payne
In the house.
in the house. I'm really excited about that one. I think I've been on a meeting with Chris, but I've not necessarily like talked to Chris.
Yeah,
So
we
that should
we
be
had before we figured out what this show was. We had done that conversation with him.
Yeah, we did the podcast, didn't we?
Yeah. Yep.
We got all kinds of content just sitting in the back, just waiting to be released.
Yes, that is true.
We'll wait 20 years and put it out
Yep. But-
using old artwork.
Yep. But for everybody out there, check out Hullewud Show on Break North Radio. It's on Rap Station, and it's where else, Holly? You want to tell them?
Saturday nights at 10 o'clock, you can catch it on 94.9 FM Radio Western. Also, you can catch it at the same time, Saturday nights, 10 o'clock on WRAP.FM. It re-airs a few other places throughout the week. SVP Radio, 95.9, which is CKUW, the University of Winnipeg, on Monday nights. And 5 times on the Rap Station, with the initial airing being on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So,
Or just do like I do and Google
Mixcloud.
Break North Radio.
yeah, they're all on Mixcloud. 234 episodes right now, so you can find them all over at Mixcloud.
Dope.
Yeah.
So,
A
yeah.
lot of great stuff. I was actually listening to the latest episode when I was shoveling 20 tons of snow yesterday. So
Ah,
thank you for helping me get through that.
good. Glad I can help.
Yeah, it was great. No, actually, it was dope because you started the show off with CPO
Yeah.
Homicide, which is like my favorite joint off that album, and so I shivering. So I get the phone. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put on Break North Radio now, for hour 2 that I was out there, and it started. Your show starts with it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are at? And
Yeah.
and then I heard get 3 coffins ready, or if you're the sheriff, get these men underground. I was like, whoa, what? Because CPO Boss Hog Little Nation just passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. And I was like, yo, he's playing Homicide. I was like, dope. I was like,
Time to shovel.
yep, time to shovel. So that was great. That was
Yeah,
very cool.
I like to start out with something a little older, especially if we've lost somebody recently.
Yeah.
Then I'll go into like an hour of newer underground stuff, and we'll finish off the show with some classic jams, stuff I grew up on listening to. And of course, I also got to shout out M-Rock, Hub City Double Barrel, who recently did a new show intro for me. And yeah, it's dope. I've been running the same intro for like damn near 4 years. So back before Christmas, I reached out to some people and got some new intros. So M-Rock and Hub City came through. So I appreciate that, as always, with everything M-Rock does. So.
Oh, man, my pleasure. It was an honor. And I'm glad you like it, bro. So thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I had a couple other people remix it too. And my initial plan was I was just going to send the a cappella from my homie Exit Only, who did the original intro. So basically all I was looking for was like a remix of the intro. And M-Rock came back to me. He's like, yo, I think Hub City and I are gonna do like a new intro for you, which was not expecting at all. So much love to you for doing that. It's dope.
My pleasure,
Yeah.
sir. Salute and respect. It was the least we can do, man. So thank you.
That wasn't on the most recent episode, but it was before that.
Yeah, I've got 4 intros that kind of rotate through now. I got the original one. Tone Spliff did a remix of the original intro using all the same stems from the original intro and just kind of rearranging everything. And then the homie Jason Famous Beats redid an intro with Mike Titan on the raps, and then M-Rock and Hub City Double Barrel did one. So I got four kind of in rotation. The one you would have heard last week was the Jason Famous Mike Titan one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I did hear when you did the I listened to the double barrel because you did a double barrel kind of like feature a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was on that one, so I remember I was like, "Oh snap! They did the intro and everything. Wow."
Yeah. Well, that's how me and M-Rock kind of even connected, was just through. I think he reached out to me.
Yes.
With just trying to push the Locked and Loaded project that they did. And and we just kind of connected, stayed in touch, and kind of built on that. We're both kind of involved with a Canadian label called Black Buffalo Records. He's releasing stuff through them.
Yeah.
I'm
Shout out to
working with them as
Black
well.
Buffalo.
So M-Rock's working with them, and it's kind of it's this big weird family that's kind of emerged, which is great. So
Yeah. We need each other. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's great how
Community,
hip hop
baby.
connects people, man. It's incredible.
yeah.
It is.
Really is. The best of it. Some people don't recognize, but
Yeah.
definitely the best of it. But yeah. Is this are you putting something out there, Jen?
I would love that.
Got to get you some more drops too, Hullewud.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's
get
that's an ongoing thing. But,
Yes.
But yeah, it's nice to have those. It's just another added feel to the show, and actually hearing MCs that I grew up listening to, like my favorite ones are from artists I grew up listening to, like Milk D, Audio 2's done a couple for me,
Nice.
and yeah, I've got like OC's done one, Razkaz, and stuff like that. So it's a nice little added little touch to the show, and I dig it.
Yeah, I would think.
I wonder what Milk D's up to. M-Rock, we need to do a Milk D album,
Dude, that would be incredible.
right?
Yeah.
I love his voice personally.
I do too.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
I
he's
interviewed
dope.
him. I interviewed him on the radio show a few years back, and still waiting for that First Dead Indian album.
Yes.
He keeps saying that it's gonna come. It's coming. I've heard I think there's one track leaked off it, but yeah, I've been waiting for that one. Waiting forever.
So, did he explain about it? Was it recorded already, or was it something he's been working on in progress?
Well, no, the album was done. Like it had it had a catalog number and everything from Atlantic.
Wow.
It just got shelved because I think they were having issues with Atlantic, and they kind of just parted ways. But apparently the album's done, and he still has the DATs from what I've heard and read. And he keeps talking about, like a few years ago, there was talks of First Priority starting back up again.
Yeah.
And he's rumored and talked about it coming and coming and coming. It just haven't seen it, and I'm just dying to hear that.
Yet.
Yeah. So hopefully, maybe this will be the
Yeah.
year.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
That would be dope. That would be crazy dope. Yeah, because it's one of those. Oh yeah, Jen. Yeah, please ask for the what's it called, the intro. Sure. Tell Dad I'll send him a beat if he needs one.
But yeah, no, it had a catalog number. There's a track listing and everything for it, because it even has a track on there called Spam, which is not the Never Dated
Oh,
version.
that's yeah.
So
Oh man, I love stuff like this.
yeah, and I think this album too was he stepped outside the box for production. Like, it didn't have the normal his production or King of Chill. There was a wide range of producers on this record too. So it's another reason why I'm very interested to hear it. So come on, Mill.
Yo, man, that's yeah. Well, hey, if you're still in touch with Milk D, tell him to call us. Let's get that
Yeah.
shit out.
I'll message him tomorrow.
Seriously. No, I mean, I'm trying to. One of my, and this is little side thing, but one of my projects that I want to do is I want to restore, and even though it's out there already, but I want to restore properly and re-release KMD's second album, Black Bastards.
I love that album.
Yes. It's one of my favorites.
Me too.
And the version that's out there, as far as I can tell, from what I've read, is Doom had put it out from a cassette that he had. That was the master that he used.
Yep.
And if you listen to it, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a worn down cassette with dropouts and everything. So now Elektra shelved that record in '94 because they suck. And but there was a promo, cassette promo, and somebody hit me up the other day because they were asking questions about it because I've tried to research this album, and they sent me a rip of the promo, and so I got to hear Black Bastards closer to how it's supposed to sound. And like, there's little things in the mixes I'd never heard before because the version Doom had put out was just degraded so much. So I had last summer when I was at the groundbreaking for the Universal Hip Hop Museum, I talked to Pete Nice about it, and Pete Nice says he's got like the DATs from Black Bastards, and he also has artwork proofs and the original artwork proofs and stuff from the label. So I'm trying to do whatever I can, man. And I don't even, I don't even want paid for it. I just want to put it out, and like all the proceeds can go to Doom's family.
Yeah.
I just want it out, like, so that it can be heard how it was originally intended, and just it's just stuff like that. So I love hearing about these albums that never got to see the light of day, and trying to figure out a way to make that happen.
That'd be dope.
Hell yeah.
It's history,
Hey,
man.
Hey, Emrock.
It is.
Is your monitor there big enough?
What?
Is your monitor beside you big enough?
I was
right
kidding
in
by
your
saying
ear.
what? Yeah. Yeah, this is we call these the bigs. I got another one over there. I usually take these out for gigging, and these are my PA speakers. So.
Yeah.
It's like the monolith from 2001.
Right.
All right,
Daddy-O. Oh yeah. So we're gonna get you some drops. Daddy-O and D-Light. Yes.
Yes.
MC Delight. Real quick, DJ Slam, dope album. I saw it only once final, and it was like $100. Wait, which album?
I think
But,
you're talking about the Doom.
Oh, the Doom. Yeah, about the
KMD.
KMD. Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, man. So whatever we can do, hip hop preservationists. But yeah, that Audio 2 album would be fantastic. Would love to
Yes.
check that out.
Yes.
hopefully they get that rolling. All right. So Chuckified, we're gonna call it.
We got to call it. Got to call it because I got to go to the bathroom.
Hullewud, thank you for joining us tonight, bro.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hullewud, it was really good to actually see you in person. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
I always see you behind your Instagram account, so it's really good to talk to you and chop it up today.
And you do know that the selfie stopped like back around Christmas time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bringing them back.
I got a canvas. I got a canvas of one of them. Oh, it's coming.
We'll see if I get inspired. I was going through some shit, so not
It's
anymore.
all good, man.
No, man. I just loved seeing you because all I see is Break North, and I never knew what you looked like. So I always dig when I get to like see people. So
The man,
absolutely.
the myth, the legend.
That's right.
So, Hully, great to be part of this show. Great to have you here, bro. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for everything you've done for
Yeah.
hip hop, for spinning M-Rock, for spinning Double Barrel. We really appreciate you, bro. You're awesome.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
my pleasure, man. Like I said, I play the music I like, and you guys are making dope shit. And same with the guys, the Spit Slam, what you guys are putting out. Like it's all appreciated, and I'll stand behind it. 100%.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. M-Rock, thanks for joining us tonight and
My pleasure.
doing what you do. It's welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So Chuckified, as always, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we won't be banned off the internet, but yeah, we did good. Did good. Good show. I think it was episode 11 tonight.
Yeah.
This one went 1
We got
hour.
a while to go to hit Break North record, you know,
Yes.
but
Yep.
who knows? Maybe we'll start doing these every night.
Probably not.
Okay. And with that, we bid you adieu.
All right, peace, guys. Thanks.
Peace out, Joe.
Peace.
All right, M-Rock, take us out, bro.
All right. Let's see here. What can we put on? We need someone with a little energy to take us out. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
All right, y'all. It was good to see you. Catch you next time.
It's C-Doc again.